Hello again everyone, and welcome back to another monthly month, where we discuss Nintendo gaming news, what games we've been enjoying recently, and just generally nerd out about video games. So let's get straight into some gaming news with things that did occur. Let's kick things off with a good old-fashioned Doomsday story, shall we? First we had Y2K, then we had the 2012 Mayan calendar thingy, but June has brought us the discovery of the most intense Doomsday date of all. That's right, a Redditor with some spare time discovered that Animal Crossing New Horizons will die in 2061. Apparently, if you ever feel so inclined as to set the date past the year 2061 on your system, you'll be met by a message prompting you to reset your clock because the game doesn't support dates past this point. It doesn't break the game or anything because you can always set the clock back in time, but it does mean that Animal Crossing has basically confirmed that the world will be ending in 38 to 39 years. So grab a coffee with Brewster while you still can. I mean, the end is nigh. Luckily, that's still plenty of time to play the game, and it pales in comparison to our next story. I thoroughly enjoyed Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic 2 in my youth, and this month a remaster of the game made its way onto the Switch. I can still remember how disappointed I was when I booted up this game as a kid and discovered that you couldn't actually swing a lightsaber around willy-nilly because it's all turn-based combat. But I stuck with it though, and what started as trepidation turned into pure fun and joy. I love this game, and now it's back on the Switch for us to all enjoy once more, but there's just one problem. You can't beat the game. Well, at least you couldn't beat the game. It turns out there was a bug that was affecting players by crashing the game after a specific cutscene, and this prevented them from making any further progress. There was no ETA on when this would be fixed, but thankfully in the last day or so, a patch has appeared, which means that almost a month after release, you can now play the game in its entirety. What a luxury. Alright, that's enough doom and gloom. Let's inject some optimism into the mix, because some internet sleuths have brought to light that the copyright listings for the new Mario movie revealed a bunch of newly listed companies, including Nintendo Studios LLC and M Brothers Productions. Now, it makes sense that they'd create these companies to make the film, but it's also led to a lot of speculation of extra infrastructure being put in place for other Nintendo films in the near future. Does this mean we're going to get more Nintendo movies, shows, and an extended Smash Bros. Movie universe? I mean, probably not. I'm probably just reading into it too much, but if there's a glimmer of hope for a Metroid movie being made, then I'm gonna grab it with both hands and never let go. I just want to see Samus blow things up for roughly 2 hours. Something else that I really want to see is how the launch for Sonic Frontiers is gonna go, because the build up to this game over the last month has been wild. The first glimpse of gameplay we received came through a world premiere gameplay video posted by IGN. I don't know if it's clear whether Sega sent IGN the footage or someone at IGN recorded it, but it was the most anticlimactic gameplay preview I have ever seen. It was just meandering footage of Sonic plodding about. If you'd thrown in some lo-fi beats and titled the video Sonic and Chill Unreal Engine Tech Demo, I would have totally believed that it was just a proof of concept made by someone in a basement somewhere. This video was followed by a combat trailer a day later, and these previews had some fans so stressed about the quality of the game that they were begging Sega to postpone the game's release date. But then of course, a week later, Sega releases another trailer that is miles better than the IGN previews, and it looks completely different and makes it look like it's a completely different build of the game. Which begs the question, was this all a weird publicity stunt? Had they just pre-made a deal with IGN? All I know is God bless the Sonic Frontiers marketing team. They know how to simultaneously confuse me and make me feel 1,000 emotions all at the same time. As for what the actual game will be like, I guess we just have to wait and see. June was full of gaming reveals, and right at the very start of the month, we got a whole bucket load of information about the upcoming Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The legendaries look incredible, the gameplay will be more open world and non-linear than ever before. It really does seem kind of like a middle ground between Sword and Shield and Arceus, and the future versus past story hook is genuinely intriguing. But the part that I found really exciting is that Undertale creator Toby Fox has composed the field music for the game, which can be heard in the latest trailer. Toby Fox wrote a song for Pokemon Sword and Shield and has obviously been asked to contribute to the upcoming game as well. I often think of Pokemon as a very corporate, sterile beast, but hearing news like this makes me happy. It's nice to see them collaborating with people like Toby Fox and not just slapping Pikachu and Katy Perry together on a lunchbox. Which, I mean, I I'd totally buy that lunchbox. Continuing on the wholesome Pokemon train of thought, this month we also got the results for the Pokemon Trading Card Illustration Contest. There were over 10,830 entries from across the globe by artists and Pokemon lovers alike, and the winning illustrations will be printed as official promotion cards, which, I don't know, I just think that's really, really cool. I just love staring at art, and it's so fun to see everyone's different styles all collected together in one place, and I'll leave a link to the finalist reveal video on the website in case you want to just sit back and stare at some amazing Pokemon art. A final piece of news that just kind of got me thinking was hearing that a YouTuber received 500 plus copyright claims for having Nintendo music on their channel. Now this is well within Nintendo's rights and it isn't exactly shocking, but it just got me thinking about the fact that legally accessing a lot of Nintendo's soundtracks outside of the games is a surprisingly difficult feat. I went down a Reddit rabbit hole where people were discussing music copyright law and mechanical rights that all kind of just went over my head, but I don't know, I think it's sad that we can't really access or own a lot of the Nintendo soundtracks, but I mean, what I wouldn't do to be able to buy some Zelda soundtracks on vinyl or something like that. But yeah, anyway, don't go posting Nintendo music, I guess. Okay, those were all the big things that I felt inspired to talk about this month, but let's do some quickfire stories as well before we move on. Pokemon Snap is now available on the Switch's online service, so get ready to snap some Pokemon pics. Mario Strikers seems to be going okay, and they use the pre-release demo testing model that they used for Switch Sports Online. So yay for Nintendo actually trying to have good online support in their games. We got a full Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct, which was really, really good, and I'm like 87.5% sure that I'm probably going to be picking this up day one, even though I'm not massively into JRPGs. And it was revealed by Xbox, but they promised a day one Switch release, and that's right, Silksong. Oh, it's real, Silksong is real. Silksong will be coming within the next 12 months, so thank God. Okay, that's enough news. Let's have some fun now with some AI game art. When I get bored, I like to use AI generators to get weird. Now Mario's been riding around and leading Yoshi to his death for years, so let's see what an AI thinks would happen if Yoshi tried to ride Mario. That is a cursed image. Let's never do this segment ever again, which means it's time for viewer questions. I like to leave space at the end here for some viewer questions if we have any, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them in the next month. We don't actually have any this month, but you know what that means. I get to ask you lovely people a question. And that question is, what's your favorite game sound effect of all time? Thanks for hanging out everyone, stay safe, play some fun games, and I'll catch you all later. Yay!